Thank you, guys. My grandmother passed away just a couple of years ago, and for some reason this time of year I always think about her. She lived to an amazing age, 96 years old, and she was and is still a huge influence on my life. I grew up in Alabama. Some of you may know that if you've been to some slams before, and so growing up in Alabama meant that you get to spend a lot of time with your grandparents, and I did on weekends. And just to give you a little idea about my grandmother later on in life, because my grandfather would not allow her to sell the paintings that she had discovered, this amazing art talent. And he wouldn't let her sell them because the man is who's responsible for bringing in the money. So it was later on in life, and then after he passed, that she was able to truly, fully realize this artistic dream of painting. And she did amazing landscapes, and she was always creative. My grandmother was the kind of person that, even before she discovered her love of art, she actually tape recorded me and my cousins. Tape recording is a little plastic cassette, for some of you who are too young to know. Anyway, and so we still have those. And it was amazing that she thought about that as well. And she also taught me about nature and gardening and Bible verses. And yes, being sent out to the backyard to get your own switch when you've misbehaved. The tree was bare in her backyard, but that's a story for another day. But my grandmother, again, an amazing influence when it came to just learning so many things. And through her art, of something that she taught me much early on, is that you can accomplish many things, because when she was 3 years old, she had actually lost an eye. So she went through this amazing life. As a child, they couldn't repair it. She was blind in one eye. As at the end of her life, she discovered her art. Before all of that, she flew airplanes and accomplished so many amazing things. And she taught me that you can pretty much overcome anything. And she was boundless with energy. I mean, she was the kind of person who actually had a chin-up bar from the kitchen to the family room, and she would just jump up and grab on it, start swinging, do a couple of pull-ups. I mean, it was like, Grandma, what are you doing? She's like, I don't know, I just got energy. And sometimes she just had to do that, okay? Well, just to give you an idea, too, real quick, to paint a picture, literally, of kind of the quirks and the ideas that she was. She did a picture for my father and I one time. I grew up in a divorced home, and it was a large size for the living room, and it was a beautiful mountainscape. And one day I came home after playing with the kids, came in, and my father's just standing in front of it, just standing in front of this beautiful picture, and he said, David, come here, stand there and look at this. He goes, I cannot figure out what Mom's photo has been bothering me over the past couple of days, but I finally figured it out. Do you see it? And I said, no, Dad, I don't see what it is. It's a mountainscape, a pretty bird in the middle of it. He goes, yeah, but what kind of bird is that? I said, it's a seagull. He said, what the hell is a seagull doing in the middle of the mountains? But that was my grandmother. She was a seagull in the middle of mountains. She loved taking photos, and I'm a professional photographer. And I know that I learned my love of photography through her. Now, we have shoeboxes and shoeboxes full of photos that she has taken. They are amazing family photos of shoes and people's ties, neighbors we don't really know. Remember, one eye, which earned her the nickname the Lopper, okay? It's okay, she was cool with it, because every photo, your head was pretty much guaranteed to be lopped off. But that was my grandma, and didn't stop her from taking photos, right? So I used to love going over to their house to spend the night, and my place was a pallet on the bed beside her and grandfather as they slept in the bed. And of course, as he's roaring and snoring, and she would always go over the Bible verses with me before as I lay down in this awesome sleeping bag. I still remember it to this day. It had a fleece lining, and it was really super duper fluffy, and it had little cowboys on the inside, and that was my sleeping bag. And that's where I got to sleep in their room. And I remember one night, I was actually woken up by my grandmother, this boundless energy, this amazing creative person, but she was always very, very restless. And my grandfather's name was Preston, and I heard her say in the middle of the night, Preston, Preston, wake up. Preston, wake up. And I'm like, what? And he's just going to town. She's like, Preston, you have to wake up. There is a bald man in the window. Now, their bed, if you will, if I'm looking at you, and then there was a picture window in the master bedroom right across the way. And so she says, there's a bald man in the window. He's got to break in the house, Preston. You have to wake up. Well, my grandfather finally rouses. He rolls over. He takes a look, and he says, Ann, it's happening again. Now, my grandmother had pulled the blankets up because the air conditioner was extra high, and she was looking at that bald man in the window. One eye, the whopper. And of course, he said, I can't believe this is happening again. But that's what it was, is that my grandmother was looking at her thumb through the window and thought a bald man was going to come in and attack them. Now, to my knowledge, just be on the lookout, because I believe that thumb is still wanted in 3 states. So watch out for it. Thank you.